Kathy, by the way.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the following is another amazing episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the Monarch of Mardi Gras, the Baroness of Bourbon Street. When she's not co-hosting Ringside Society, she's on crazy misadventures such as shopping for DeLoreans, dressing up as one of the Road Warriors, and picking fights with random people, and trying to join the fabled Cobra Kai dojo. Louisiana Zone, Kathy Knight. And the second corner, we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always on the go. Catch him if you can. Said his name in Guyana. Now they love him in Japan. No cap. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. And our special guests tonight, some of you may recognize one of them. A lot of you may not recognize the others because they have not been on our 50 Minutes of Fandom segment yet, but we're going to go around the table and actually introduce them. So in the other corner, we have our past 50 Minutes of Fandom guest. That's right. He is an avid gamer. And not only is he a wrestling fan, but he is a 3-6 Mafia fan as well, from the same place that Kathy is from, Louisiana, home of the Vignes, Cafe Du Monde, and them Po Boys. Everybody, welcome to the show, Georgio.
Woo!
And joining us also in another corner, he is a contributor for WWN News and Shoot Sports-ish, hailing from the great land of Wakanda. Everybody, welcome to the show, JB versus the World.
Woo!
And last but not least is a young woman that we actually had on one of our spaces. That's right. She also she's actually from one of the places that serves the best hot dogs I've ever had in my life. That's right, Portillo's. If you've been to Chicago, you know what it is and what's up. She is an avid cosplayer as well as a wrestling fan. Welcome to the show, Latina de Lucha, Anayda Gonzalez.
Thank you, thank you. I'm very excited to be here.
So, hey, no problem, no problem. So, for those of y'all watching, y'all know that this is before every pay-per-view, every AEW or WWE, and sometimes even Impact Wrestling pay-per-view, we always do a predictions episode, predicting, who will win, who will lose, what will happen, what alliances may be formed, what alliances may be broken, heel turns, face turns, etc., etc. That's what we do here on our prediction shows. So with that being said, we have AEW Full Gear 2021 airing tomorrow, November 13th, and it'll be taking place at the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And we have a lot of great matches to look forward to. Who's excited for this card?
Me.
Listen, this is a stacked card. Ready.
It's gonna be good.
It is. We have 10.
Good.
We have 10 matches. We have 10 matches altogether. This is something. I don't know who that is that's actually watching our. It's showing up as Facebook user, but you should be able to share it. If not, you can always go to, actually, if you want, you can go to YouTube, our YouTube channel, which we have. Subscribe first, because that's our thing.
Of course.
And you can also share it from there, and you can post the link wherever you want. So that's how you can share it. And we appreciate you wanting to do that, by the way. So, and also for those of y'all actually watching, even though you're not one of our guests right now, we hope to have you in the near future. But in the meantime, you can actually give your picks or your predictions in the comment section below for Facebook, for Twitch, and for YouTube as well. So Vince, who's Vince? Oh well. Okay. Vince
Hmm.
McMahon, if this is you, hey, you messed up with those releases. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah. So with that being
What a
said,
maneuver!
It was me
yeah,
all along, Remy.
You're fired.
that would be
Oh,
crazy if I get fired from my own show. That would be. Then again, Vince did get kind of fired from WWE, so at one point. So
I mean,
yeah.
Kathy could take over.
All right. So yeah. So I gotta say, I love the buildup that they've done with each of these matches. I'm very satisfied with it. And they've been doing a great job and so on. I'm not gonna bash WB on this because WB does their own thing, and you know it is what it is. They do their own thing. They don't need to be like AEW. They need to find out what works for them. But I personally am very glad that with what they've done with each of these matches. I mean, even apparently the Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa match, tag team match, with them going against Jamie Hayter and Nyla Rose is actually going to be on the pre-show, and that has a great build up to it. So kudos to Tony Khan and the rest of the gang, Cody Rhodes and them, for what they've done with each of these matches. I'm very excited to see each and every one of these, and I know that it's going to be something great. And one more thing before I go any further, for those of y'all in New York, the same state as I am, the same five boroughs, in New York City, Jobber Tears, shout out to Sir Wilkins, Mr. Black, Janelle from HR, and Izzy. They'll be having a get together, a watch party at Legends on 34th Street. So make sure you go down there if you want to, mingle and be social with other wrestling fans. Go down there, grab some drinks, grab a bite to eat, and just check out the pay per view with some fellow wrestling fans. I'll be there, so you know, I'm not just saying it. I'll definitely be attending that as well. But with that being
Okay.
said, okay, yeah, we're gonna run down each and every one of these matches, and y'all, I'm gonna go around the table and ask everybody who they think's gonna win and whatnot. And if you also want to say like Thunder Rosa is gonna team up with or this person's gonna come back and this new gang is gonna form, by all means, you're free to do so as well. So with that being said, but before I go around further, I'm gonna ask, what are y'all's thoughts on the buildup of this card? What are y'all's like general thoughts?
Who wants to go first?
yeah.
I will. I mean, if there's one thing that AEW does right, it's build up their big pay-per-views. Like they know how to show these matches in a way that makes people excited for the pay-per-views. Like when they were doing everything for All Out, it kept me like on the edge of my seat when I was there last time. And with Full Gear and this stacked card that we have, it keeps you on the edge of your seat wanting to see how these matches will turn out. So big props to AEW for that.
I have one of the issues I have with AEW as a company is that there's a talent level disparity I feel between the guys that are really really good, the guys that aren't so good but are getting better. Their pay per view matches, there's no problem there. It's the best of the best. It's the best matchups that we want to see, and they invest in building up those stories. And we're gonna get a culmination of those stories. We know at the pay per view. So always enjoy their build ups to their pay per views. They don't miss. We are going to get some bangers, and we know it. And these are the matches we want to see, and they do what they got to do with that.
Kathy, you want to go or you want me to go?
You can go.
Okay. Well, I personally think AEW does a great job with their build ups to their pay per views as well. I like that there's a lot of realism with a lot of the feuds. I think a big one is like Eddie Kingston and CM Punk. Like that one surprised a lot of us because I don't think any of us expected that to happen the way that it has. And I think that a majority of the matches have a lot of emotional captivation going on with them. So you really want to see what's going to happen. And in the end, I think us as fans, we're gonna be the true winners. So I think this is gonna be a great show. It's gonna surprise a lot of people with what happens. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
AEW tends
it's
to they space out their pay-per-views, so it's pretty good. Like where you get an actual build-up, not to compare like AEW to WWE, but like tonight, Survivor Series is coming up for them, and it's like there's no build-up. It's kind of just stale. So yeah, like that is one good thing AEW does.
stale or not, I'm probably gonna check out Survivor Series when it's in New York and it's not that far from where I am. Actually, the Barclays Center, so I'm probably gonna check it out because I've been to a WrestleMania, I've been to a SummerSlam, but I've never been to a Survivor Series or a Royal Rumble. So it's two down, two to go. Maybe after the 21st of this month, maybe three down, one to go. But I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna check it out. But that's another story. I'm not trying to talk about WWE right now. This is all about AEW and Full Gear. So I'm not gonna harp too much on Survivor Series. I mean, they got their own thing going on. But with that being said, we're gonna go. Let's go ahead and run down this card, and I'm gonna go around the table. I'm gonna go around the table and ask each of y'all who y'all think's gonna win and so on. And you could actually just go ahead and feel free to give your opinions. Nobody's gonna judge you on anything. I mean, your opinion is your opinion and whatnot. So our first match is the pre-show match, and it's gonna be a tag team match. And the competitors are Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa teaming up to go against the team of Jamie Hayter, aka Becky Lynch's long lost sister, and Nyla Rose. Uh, Kathy, I got a feel I know who you're gonna pick, but go ahead. Maybe you'll surprise me.
So it's probably gonna be a tough fought match, but I'm gonna go with Sheeta and Thunder Rosa.
Oh wow, I thought you were gonna go with Hayter and Jamie Hayter and Nyla Rose because Jamie Hayter reminds you of Becky Lynch, and you were gonna go that route. Wow,
No.
I'm surprised. Yeah.
Kathy, may I ask why Jamie Hayter reminds you of Becky Lynch?
I didn't say that. That's what Remy's saying.
At first, when she first came back, I thought that was Becky
Yeah,
Lynch.
when she first
Like,
came out, she had orange hair, and
yeah,
a lot of
I was
people.
like, hold on. And then when I saw it was Danny Hayter, I was like, oh,
See what you started, Remy. No, Jamie did. She changed
Hey,
their hair after that.
yeah.
hey, it was your fellow deadlies that were saying she looks like Becky Lynch. I'm just going by what they say. I didn't notice until they said it. Yeah. All right, Georgio, who you got for this one, man?
I think Sheeta and Thunder Rosa is gonna win simply because I just don't see Thunder Rosa losing anytime soon until she wins that AEW Women's title. I really think they've been protecting her winning streak all this time, and I think this is gonna be a big win for her. Ultimately, it will lead to her facing Britt Baker. I think at maybe Double or Nothing. I think that's going to be a big time match right there. So yeah, I just don't see them. I don't see Sheeta losing her winning streak. Don't she have like 50 something or whatever? So yeah, I don't see those two losing. So I'm going with them.
Yeah, awesome. JB, how about you? Who are you going with?
I'm rolling with the baby faces on this one, Thunder Rosa and Sheeta. Partially for the reason that Giorgio said. Um, Rosa has been protected, and she's been booked very well in her time in AEW. And there's no reason to believe that's going to go any differently. And I mean, a good babyface win gets the crowd feeling good going into the show.
All right, okay. Anayda, who you got?
So, I've been thinking a lot about this and thinking about the 50 wins with Cheetah, and y'all gotta remember somebody broke that streak of the 50 wins. So it's very, I don't want to say apparent, but there's a possibility that something could happen during that match that could lead to possibly another win streak break. So I'm going to say Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida, but I'm going to say this now. Jamie Hayter and Nyla Rose are going to find every single way to try to win dirty.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past because remember, there could also be Britt Baker lurking around. They're in that little
Or
clique.
yeah, what
You
is?
know,
Oh my god, I had
Yeah,
her
Britt,
name in my
Britt
mind.
Baker and
Serena
Rebel and
Deeb.
something to
whatnot.
think
Serena
about.
Deeb.
Yeah, so yeah, it could possibly happen. Me, I'm probably gonna I'm gonna go with Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida. They're pretty hot right now, and they're gonna find a way to get past Nyla. Although it's gonna be a heck of a fight because Nyla Rose, y'all know she's a powerhouse, and Jamie
Mhm.
Hayter, even though people do sleep on her ability, she is also a bit of a powerhouse, especially with that lariat. But I'm gonna go with Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa for this one. Those two women have serious heart. So the next match that we have is a tag team match, and it's going to be Cody Rhodes and Pac versus Andrade El Idolo and Malachi Black. This is going to be a very intense match because these two teams do not like each other. Like Pac is not playing with Andrade El Idolo, and Cody Rhodes, he has a lot of legitimate gripes with Malachi Black. Kathy, who you got for this one?
So I actually had like for a while I had a question mark because I was like, I don't even know who to pick. But I'm gonna go with Cody and Pac. But yeah,
Ooh.
it's gonna be a slobber knocker, as JR likes to say. They're out. Both teams are out for blood. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be a slobber knocker. All right, Georgio, who you going with?
You know what? I would like to see Malachi Black and Andrade get the win because Cody did beat Andrade. I mean, Cody did beat Malachi Black, if I'm not mistaken, and I do think Andrade could use a big win. So I want to go with them on this one.
Okay. JB, how about you?
Where have we seen Pac and Cody in a pay per view match before? Hmm, I don't know. Anyways, but this is gonna be a badass match. Um, Despite what people may think about Cody and him, march with MLK once upon a time, um, this is gonna be a banger. This is gonna be a really good match. But I'm going with the heels here. I'm going with Malachi Andrade. I think they need it more, especially Andrade. His run in AEW has kind of been start stop, and Malachi, I mean, that loss did kind of stall his momentum a little bit. He needs to get that back. A win or a loss for Cody does really nothing much for him, and Pac is kind of above that too. So the heels needed more. I think they get it.
All right, all right. Anayda, who you going with?
So for me, this kind of goes again. I'm thinking like storyline wise. This whole thing between Pac and Andrade, we know these two are going to go back to back at each other, but the most notable storyline is Cody versus Malachi. And I feel like what's going to end up happening is Cody's going to spend too much time in the ring trying to go after Malachi, and Pac's going to try to pull him back, but Cody's going to be too stubborn because he wants to get Malachi. So I'm saying Malachi and Andrade due to Cody wanting to really cement his anger against Malachi.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Andrade El Idolo and Malachi Black as well because they seem to be, even though they're not really tag team partners, but they seem to have that camaraderie. Whereas Cody Rhodes, he's focused on Malachi Black, and he just has revenge on his mind. And Pac doesn't Pac doesn't take orders from anybody unless, of course, it's the Death Triangle. He's not trying to hear nothing from Cody or anything. So we have two men here that are, even though they're teaming up together, there's just no camaraderie between them. Whereas Andrade El Idolo and Malachi Black, they're not. I doubt they're the best of friends, but they look like they're pretty smooth. They pretty smoothed out everything for this one match. So I'm gonna go with Andrade El Idolo and Malachi Black. Now, the next match we have is a Falls Count Anywhere match. The instant classic Captain Charisma, Christian Cage, teaming up with the Jungle Express, which is the team of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, versus the Super Click, Adam Cole and the Young Bucks,
Baby.
Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. This is going to be a hot match right here. This is going to be that match.
Mhm.
One of those matches. Kathy, who are you going with for this one?
So this was another one I put a question mark, and then I had to make a decision. My heart wants to go with Jurassic Express and Christian Cage, but I circled the Super Click. They're gonna end up doing something. It's the Super Click. Like they're gonna find some way, and especially if it's Falls Count Anywhere, they'll find a way to cheat, which isn't really cheating because it's Falls Count Anywhere. But
Right.
yeah, the Super Click's gonna probably pull this off.
Yeah. Georgia, who are you going with?
Hmm. Man, that's a tough one because, like, I think both teams could use this win. But, it seems like Adam Cole's used
Baby.
everything he could. Yeah. He used everything he could to get the advantage here. And knowing that, I think Jungle Boy them is gonna find a way to win. I really do. I think so. Unless Bobby Fish becomes a big factor in this match, I'm gonna have to go with Jungle Boy.
JB, I have tried so hard not
Okay.
to crack right now.
Come on, Brim. You know it's all about the boom. The Super Click just got back together. This is the first pay-per-view
Yeah.
ever together as a unit. They not dropping this match. Ain't no way.
So you're going with the Super Click.
You know it. And just for a second, just a sidebar, quick
Yeah,
sidebar,
you pretty much have a point.
quick
All
sidebar.
right.
Um, Adam Cole is so good at
Baby.
professional wrestling. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Like him and the Young Bucks together, they've just been it's just been like old times. If you watch any of their old PWG stuff or all their old Bullet Club stuff, it's a Ring of Honor, any of it. Like they've picked up, and it's not like they've missed a beat, and it's been really enjoyable to watch. And I'm so glad that they're back together. And maybe we get Mount Rushmore early 22, maybe, but that has nothing to do with that. Yeah, I'm going with the Super Click. I really enjoy this team. I enjoy their antics, and they're not losing. It's way too soon.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Anayda, how about you? Who are you going with?
Well, I don't want to budge to conclusions. But I feel like there might be a slight interference on the part of the Dark Order because we know the whole storyline that they've been having. So I feel like, in a way, Dark Order is going to interfere with the match and cost it for the Super Click. So I'm going to say Christian Cage and Jurassic Express.
And that's undisputed.
I
Baby.
totally forgot about the Dark Order. I should have thought about that. Yeah, I do think
Okay.
they get
The Dark Order. Yeah, I could see them getting. I mean, they're nowhere on the match, so I mean, I could see them getting involved somehow. Yeah. So I personally, I'm gonna go with the Super Click because yeah, Christian Cage and Jurassic Express, they're cool together and whatnot, and they have that camaraderie. But we're talking about the Super Click. These guys were doing it since 2012. I think I'd like to say what 2013, 2014. I remember watching PWG, and I saw these guys as one third of a stable with Kevin Owens, well, which who most of us know as Kevin Steen, and they were called Mount Rushmore, and Adam Cole and the Young Bucks, like even though they've been
baby.
separated for what, yeah, there you go, 5 years, when they were united, they were like they never missed a beat. So right now, I'm gonna go with this. It's all about the boom, super click. And yeah, and by the way, I don't know if y'all noticed, anybody noticed, but when Adam Cole and
Baby.
Bobby Fish, when they reunited, Adam Cole was saying no dispute. So he was making reference to the old undisputed era stable. So yeah, I'm going with the super click.
Oh, it was earlier this
And
year.
let's see, Bobby Stryker says
He's saying
he's
super
going with the
click.
super click. And he said, Adam Cole, it's just a matter of time till he turns on Kenny Omega.
Oh,
Oh.
absolutely. It's
Yeah,
coming around like
you
tax season.
that would be a bang of a match.
yeah.
And then putting the Young Bucks in the middle, like who are they gonna side with, Adam Cole or Kenny Omega? Because yeah, they were cool with Adam Cole, but everybody knows that Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are like best friends. I mean, they were doing it all over, they were killing it all over New Japan and Ring of Honor. So interesting.
If I may,
Very
Also, something to
interesting.
keep
I
in.
don't think
Oh, go ahead.
that'll happen anytime soon though, but you never know.
because I feel like wasn't Kenny the one that
Go ahead.
originated the
I'm
whole murder of Adam Cole storyline?
Yes,
Yeah,
So
Adam was once a
it could
ghost.
it could go back to that whole thing of like Adam wanting his revenge.
absolutely. And you also got to keep in mind that Kyle O'Reilly's contract is up in NXT in December as well. So maybe down the line, around the corner, we can see maybe.
that would be a hot concept right there. Kenny, like Kyle O'Reilly coming back, and you have 3/4 of the undisputed era
The
going up
original three, Red
against
Dragon,
the
back
Young Bucks
together.
and Kenny Omega. That would, ooh, yeah, that would be a hot. And actually,
That'd be
the
nice.
Young Bucks, if you notice, the Young Bucks had a bit of an awkward confrontation with Bobby Fish because the Young Bucks once beat they once beat Red Dragon for the Ring of
Mhm.
Honor titles. If I'm not mistaken, back in
Oh
2013.
yeah, I
So
completely
You are
forgot
not
about
that was
mistaken,
a
and
bit
that
that.
of
was
an
a
awkward
dope
thing.
match.
I completely
Yeah,
forgot about that.
that actually happened. Yeah, so yeah, that's a good one. Bobby, you're a genius. Yeah. So the next match we have is, and this one, oh, they built this one. This you could feel the intensity. You could feel like the intensity and like the anger and resentment behind this one. We have in a singles match the best in the world, CM Punk, versus one of New York's toughest, grimiest, a guy I wouldn't even want to see in Times Square, let alone a dark alley in the Bronx or Brooklyn.
Right.
Eddie Kingston. Kathy, who you going for this one?
So that promo they had on Dynamite had me glued to the TV like a week ago. The one they had that one, I was like,
Mhm.
I was like, it was fire. Like I couldn't couldn't stop watching it. This one was hard for me too, but so I kind of want Eddie to beat CM Punk, but I know CM Punk's on a winning streak and it's probably not gonna die down anytime soon. I went with CM Punk, but I really want Eddie to win. Like you want to root for Eddie, but I'm gonna go with CM Punk.
Okay. Yeah. So Bobby Stryker says CM Punk needs to lose to Eddie Kingston. I don't know why he needs to lose, so he's gonna go with Eddie. Okay. All right. Georgio, who you got?
I kind of agree with Kathy. I would love for Eddie to get this win, but ultimately, I just don't see CM Punk losing to Eddie Kingston at this point. I think this is gonna be a brawl. Like they're gonna beat the hell out of each other. Ultimately, I think CM Punk might choke Eddie Kingston out, or he might hit him with the go to sleep. But get that decisive win. And at the end of the match, I think they both gonna shake each other's hand out of respect. So I think CM Punk gets the win here. CM Punk, right?
JB, how about you? Who you going with?
Oh, shuck it, duck it, quack, quack. This is gonna be a good one right here, boy. And just like Kathy said, them promos was
Hey,
lit. You could see the fire between them two. You could see an air of legitimacy that Eddie had with the passion in his promo. And just this is also just following up on what Brian Danielson was saying about Eddie a couple weeks ago, about him being lazy and him being entitled, but yet being so talented. And this is eating Eddie up. And unfortunately for him, it's way too soon for CM Punk to be booked to lose. The same thing with the Super Click earlier. They've only been in the company for about a month or so. So yeah, I'm rolling with Punk over Kingston. Do I want it for Kingston? Absolutely. Do I think it's gonna happen? No, I do not. They're building Punk up for bigger things down the line, and if they're gonna do that, he can't lose to Kingston here.
you're right. Anayda, who you going with?
So I agree with everything that Kathy and everybody's been saying. So it's just too soon for Punk to lose. But I feel like what's going to end up happening is Eddie's going to show up being like super strong in this match. And that just at the right moment, CM Punk's going to like kick in and and I want Eddie to win, but I'm going to say CM Punk. And I feel like I'm going to call this in honor of John. I feel like Eddie's going to do a paradigm shift.
Okay. I like that. Now, I want to ask everybody a question here. Do we see the CM Trunks?
Oh, not the CM Trunks.
Okay.
Do we see the
Not the CM Trunks.
I don't know. I don't know. But
I'm not
in this
the
match,
fans.
I'm gonna go with CM Punk. For this match, I'm gonna go with CM Punk. Although he's gonna put some respect on Eddie Kingston's name, and I got a feeling Eddie Kingston's gonna walk out of this a different person. And now is the time for Eddie Kingston to shine, because throughout his career, from the time I've known him, he's always been part of a tag team, part of a stable. But I think now is the best time we're gonna see how Eddie Kingston can be as a solo person. I mean, he's no longer affiliated with LAX. Well, they're known now as Pride and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz. He's no longer hanging with Homicide. John Moxley is out for the time being. We don't know when he's going to come back. By the way, we wish him all the best with his rehab in regards to mental health. Y'all know that's a serious thing. So, John, get well soon. And, we hope to see you back, better than ever, stronger than ever. But now is a good time for Eddie Kingston to show us, the fans, to show everybody that's been watching him, that he can really do it on his own. And I think this is going to be the, he's going to win or lose. I'm going to go with CM Punk, but win or lose, Eddie Kingston is going to get some respect put on his name as a singles competitor, more respect. And yeah, AEW fans are about to be in for, they're about to be in for something.
Oh, by the way, I do want to see CM Trump back.
You know what? You know, I really want to see though. You know, I would like to see the return. Even though it's probably not gonna happen because I don't think they're cool. But I want to see a Second City Saints reunion, CM Punk and Colt Cabana, and
That's never
preferably
gonna.
Ace Steel. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because I last time I checked, like he was being sued. He was being sued by, I think, Colt Cabana in regards to something. So
Defamation.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But it'll be nice just to see it happen.
Wait, who was getting sued by Colt Cabana?
CM Punk?
CM Punk. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
They ain't been cool in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
I can see
So
Colt
the next
Cabana
match we
and
have
CM Punk
is
next
another
season.
singles. Yeah. But you know the
Mm.
sad thing about Cole Cabana, he's a great wrestler. I mean, the man won the NWA World Title. So I mean, to me, if you win that title, which has as much prestige as the WWE Universe and WWE title itself, that means you're that damn good. So I mean, it's just that I don't know what it is with Cole Cabana, but people see him as a goofball, but he's a pretty good athlete.
Yeah, he can work.
So the next match we have is another singles match. This one's going to be a crazy one too. It's Darby Allin versus MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I forgot what his last name is.
He's better than you, and you know
I
it.
think that's I think that's Kathy's favorite male wrestler over there too. So
Salt of the earth.
yeah, but it's either Kathy or Rob's. I don't know. Y'all, but yeah, but Kathy, who you going with?
I don't know what's wrong with you tonight, but no. MJF is not my favorite. I mean, I like his music; it fits him, and he's a pretty asshole there. But man, he lit a fire under Darby. Darby's gonna get his revenge, and Darby's crazy. So MJF better watch out. I picked Darby.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, who you going with?
Dang, that's a tough one. Golly, because I really want MJF to win. I think he do use some kind of dirty tactic to get the win. That would really help. Maybe Warlow gets involved or Sean Spears gets involved, and maybe Sting will come out there and probably tip the odds back in Darby Allin's favor, and he might get the win. So storyline wise, I think Darby Allin wins, but for me personally, I would like to see MJF get the win.
Mm.
You muted, Remy.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Remy.
And I hear you.
You're muted.
There it goes.
Uh-oh. Did he
Remy,
freeze?
you with us?
JB, who you going with?
I'm going with MJF.
Yeah,
I'm definitely thinking that this is a good time for MJF to use heel tactics to come about with a win. I think this feud continues a little bit longer. Darby will get his win back down the line, but I think on the first go around, MJF.
okay.
It was like Bobby's going with Darby
Anayda, how
Allin
about
as
you?
well.
Who you got?
Um, I am going to say Darby Allin because with how MJF is, I feel like yes, there's going to be some type of interference between Wardlow or someone else in the Pinnacle, but you gotta remember Sting is out there too. So if anything, he's gonna mess the Pinnacle up for messing up with Darby. And I'm gonna show you what's gonna end up happening.
Oh, here we go.
Coffin drop.
Oh my
Coffin
god.
drop,
All right. She did the whole coffin drop.
She
That's
did the
crazy.
whole thing.
I'm convinced Kathy, it's official. You never know what you'll see on this show. Especially after Saraya Night. Especially after having Saraya Night on the show, Paige's mom, yeah, I'm convinced this is an anything goes show now.
Yeah, we got a coffin drop. That was awesome.
No holds barred on this show.
Thank you, thank you.
Uh, who am I gonna go with? I would say I got a feeling Darby Allin's gonna pull this off, and but it's gonna be a hard fought match. But I'm gonna say that MJF is one of the best heels, and he has definitely came into his own. I personally don't see no compare. I don't know why people compare him to the Miz. I don't see no comparisons. I mean, first off,
Absolutely not.
one is a movie, one is a movie star, and the other one's a trust fund baby. Like, what similarities do they have?
Yeah, who came up with that
Yeah,
comparison?
Caucasian with brown hair.
I mean, Miz did wear a scarf like back in 2008 when he had the fedora and the t-shirt thing going with the little surfer boy trunks. But I mean, I haven't seen him wear a scarf in like almost 10 years. So I don't unless they're
He
saying he's like
also
a
did
young
have that
Miz.
one
But then
little like
again, like
headscarf thing where he kept doing that when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
That's true.
Miz out here looking like he a big Naruto fan with his little
Right.
get up. Yeah.
He ain't
So
from the cloud.
the next match we have is a tag team match. The next match we have is a tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Woo! Man, I'm looking forward to this one. It's gonna be the Lucha Brothers, who are the defending champions, which is Penta El Cero Miedo and Rey Fenix versus. Oh, I kind of. Okay,
Uh-oh.
where's the card at?
Uh-oh.
Kind of. Okay, give me a second. Oh, here we go. I'm still here. I just have to. So it was the Lucha Brothers, Penta El Cero Miedo, and Rey Fenix versus FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood. Man. Kathy, who are you going with for this one?
So yet again, this was another one that I had put a question mark and had to make a decision. I went with FTR. I don't know why, but they're a big crafty and they'll probably win. I really want the Lucha Brothers to win though, but I went with FTR.
Okay.
Hmm.
Georgio, how about you? Who are you going with?
I think the Lucha Brothers retain power. I think they've been on an impressive run with those belts right now. There's a lot more that you can do with them as the champion. So I think they can keep it for a little while longer. You know.
All right. JB, how about you?
FTR is really good at tag team wrestling. Like they're really good. The Lucha Brothers are also really good. But what I also think they have over FTR is individually, they're also really freaking good. Ray Phoenix is amazing. And I think there's so much more you could do with that tag team. So much you can do with just them together than you could do them with them separate at this moment. And I don't see any reason to break them up just yet or take those belts off of them at this moment. So I'm rolling with the Lucha Brothers to retain in a good, good match.
All right. Anayda, how about you? Who you got?
So thinking back over all of this, FTR pulled the wool over Lucha Bros' eyes one time with the AAA tag team titles. That's gonna resonate with the Death Triangle. And so they're thinking about this match and thinking about how they were completely like caught off their guard by FTR for the tag team titles for AAA. And they're not gonna let that go easily. This is gonna be one hell of a match, and I'm gonna say Penta and Phoenix are going to retain. Cero miedo.
Nice, nice. You, JB, you brought up a good point. The Lucha Brothers, they are good. They're good at tag team wrestling, just as good as FTR, and they are great at singles wrestlers. And you do have a good point there, because the thing with FTR like the Young Bucks, great at tag team wrestling. But the thing is, what happens when you put one of them in a singles match? They lose
Yep,
because they're not singles wrestlers. The Lucha
absolutely.
Brothers have that. And another,
And that's kind of been their thing this whole time with FTR, whether it's in WWE or AEW. They like to play the numbers game. They like to isolate and take advantage. But on the individual tip, they can't be taken advantage of.
yeah. But the thing with Lucha Brothers, another advantage that the Lucha Brothers have is that, guess what? They're brothers. They're actual brothers. So when you have two family members that have that connection, that are teaming together, and you've seen it in people in the Young Bucks, you've seen it in, well, unfortunately, even though he's injured, Darius and Dante Martin. You've seen it in the Usos. They have that blood connection, and they work well together. So
A bloodline, would you
with
say?
that being said, I'm gonna go with the Lucha. With that being said, I'm gonna go with the Lucha Brothers. I'm definitely gonna go with them. They're gonna retain. They just got. I just don't see FTR taking all the gold. Although it would be a bit of a statement if they did. I wouldn't be mad at it, because to me, I see them as a throwback to the Midnight Express and Arn and Tully from back in the day. So
JB, don't act like I didn't
yeah,
hear that bloodline
I
thing.
wouldn't be mad at that. But I see the Lucha Brothers getting this.
I acknowledge the bloodline joke.
No, the AEW fans like, how dare you mention WWE stuff on this show?
We're here to acknowledge
Yeah,
Full Gear. So they're good.
there you go. Yeah, we're acknowledging Full Gear. All right, the next match we have. The next match we have is a Minneapolis street fight. We have the Inner Circle, Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Santana and Ortiz, and Sammy Guevara versus. And by the way, Anida, don't think I'm appropriating your culture. I took Spanish classes, the Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 in college. So if you hear me pronouncing words, Spanish words a certain way, it's not me making fun or anything. It's just how I'm accustomed to it. So
You're good.
y'all,
You're
please
good.
don't cancel me.
Hey,
I
I'm
know people
probably
will be
one of
like,
the most
he's appropriating my
whitewashed.
culture.
I am a whitewashed Latina, so you know what? You're good.
All right. just not trying to get canceled, because then Kathy's gonna have to run the show, and that's gonna be like Stone Cold running Raw. So
What?
yeah, he's like, what?
If you want
So
Kathy running this show, give me a hell yeah.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
hell yeah!
Doesn't but love, Remy, nothing but love.
so
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. She's gonna so I before I go any further, she's supposed to run a show for all y'all females, and she's supposed to have a bunch of people. I told Kathy, I said, if you want to, you can have a show, your own little girls' time show, where you have a bunch of y'all on here talking about wrestling. I'm
Hit me
not
up.
gonna be around. I'm gonna
Kathy,
be
hit me
off
up.
watching a football game, and it's up to her. It's in her hands. I'm not gonna be there. I'm gonna be eating some Cheetos, drinking a beer, or orange juice or something, because I don't really drink that much. Watching a football game or watching a basketball game, because my Knicks and Nets are looking nice this year. So I'm gonna be doing that while they do their thing. So if
We'll
you
see you
want to
on
be on
Christmas.
that show, we'll see. Who's your team?
Come on now. My bio says Wakanda, but I'm from Atlanta.
Okay, hey, I can't. Hey, I can't go to y'all. I can't go to y'all city, man. Every time I go there, I come back with a couple pounds heavier, man. They be like, "You ain't eat nothing? No, eat some of it. Nah, nah, nah. I'm good. I'm good. Have some more fried chicken and some more collard. Man,
Get that
I'm
soul
trying to
food.
keep my weight. I'm trying to look like Michael B. Jordan. Like, nah,
And you
nah,
want to
nah,
come back to
nah.
Chicago for
Eat
the
some
hot
more. I'm
dog.
like,
Hmm.
Chicago is not that well. I don't know, man. Chicago got that deep dish too that I like. So yeah,
Hey,
I don't know. I'm a
Chicago
foodie
deep
at
dish
heart.
Chicago
pizza.
food is
It's
on
true.
point. Italian food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's put
Inner
that
Circle
over.
versus who? Who was it? Who was it?
It's it's Inner Circle
Getting back on
versus Men
track.
of the Year, Ethan Page and Scorpio, and American Top Team,
Hmm.
which is Junior Dos Santos, Andre Orlovsky, and Dan Lambert in a Minneapolis street fight. Kathy, who you got for that?
So I love how Dan stuck his foot in his mouth and he said he was part of American Top Team, and Chris Jericho was like, "Boom, we pick you," and he was like, "Oh shit." So yeah, this is a street fight. I see the Inner Circle winning. As much as there's some UFC experience there, some MMA there with American Top Team and Men of the Year. I see the Inner Circle taking it.
Okay, all right. And Bobby Striker, he actually picked Inner Circle. Okay,
Okay.
Georgia, who you going with?
Um, I think the inner circle will win, but I do think American Top Team and Man of the Year, they're gonna put on a good show. I like that it's a street fight because it kind of benefits the MMA fighters and it kind of hides their weaknesses because while they can fight, they may not be the best workers in terms of being in a wrestling ring like professional wrestling style. So this is a good way to protect them, but you're gonna see them do a lot of striking and stuff that they would do in the fight. I do think a crazy spot is gonna happen with Dan Lambert. I do think something's gonna happen to him, and ultimately Inner Circle is gonna win. I think it might either be Jericho or Sammy Guevara that might pin Dan Lambert and get the win for them. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun, entertaining match, but I don't think it's anything we gotta take too serious as far as being 5 stars or anything like that. It's just gonna be like a fun, entertaining style match.
Okay, JB, who you got?
All right. I hate what AEW has done with Scorpio Sky to this point.
Oh,
I hate how they took him away from SCU and then they just put him in another tag team. I hate when that happens, and he is way too talented for that. I'm gonna disagree with something that Giorgio said. I think that the street fighting rules benefits the inner circle as opposed to the MMA fighters. I agree for the reason that you said it, but I think that them being professionals and have them having been in the world of wrestling, they understand what those street fight rules can mean and what's available to them. Um, I'm gonna go with the inner circle jerk. I mean, the inner circle. And sorry,
Oh God,
Inner circle jerk.
I like
my
that.
bad,
I like that. Gotta spice it up.
my bad.
Gotta spice it
What
up.
have I become? Oh shit.
I mean, I mean,
Now
hey,
that you betrayed everyone you
look
ever
at
loved,
Bubba Ray and Bubba Ray and Devon did Bubba Ray and Devon did find a certain cream in Chris Jericho and Christian's baggage one time back in WWE. So hey, you never know. I mean, hey, but teach their own.
I mean,
It's
I say
2021.
I said that was a reference to something MJF said about a year and a half ago. But yeah, I'm going with the inner circle. Babyfaces get the good win. Even though Dan Lambert's in there, the odds are stacked against them because America's Top Team, they are legitimate ass kickers. And even though they are legitimate ass kickers, this is no holds barred. There's no limitations here. And I think with Dan Lambert being there, that does give an inner circle an advantage. And I think they do use that advantage to get the win.
Okay. Anayda, who you got?
Sorry, I have to compose myself. JB threw me off my guard. And so I also say Inner Circle due to the fact that Inner Circle is really good with like working with their surroundings. And with this being a Minneapolis street fight, you know they're gonna go all in. No pun intended.
Ah,
They're, they're gonna damn it. They're gonna go all in for this match. And they
I
are
like that.
not going to relent. Even Paige fucked up when they messed with this team.
Anaida's logic is beautiful on the inside.
And I'm innocence personified.
That's a very unique compliment right there.
So our next, so I'm gonna go with Inner Circle, and you're right. I don't like what they did with Scorpio Sky. I think Scorpio Sky deserves more. And well, hopefully, I mean, we'll see. I mean, he's still pretty young, so I mean, he's not
That's the
young, but
only
like he
upside
still
to
has
that.
some more years on him. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how things go for him. You know, I always say, I mean, at least he's being seen on TV. At least he's not being hidden in the background or he's on dark and that's it. I mean, at least he has a storyline, and who knows, maybe this will develop into something even more. But I'm gonna go Inner Circle. They're just better at the street fighting, and I mean, if I'm correct, didn't they? No, wasn't Kenny Omega that they beat in a street fight? The Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and the rest of them, or I could be wrong. But I'm gonna give it to the
Are you
Inner
thinking
Circle. They're
about
definitely
the
gonna take
Stadium
this one.
Stampede?
That's the only time they lost.
Yeah, wasn't that the? Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go with Inner
In terms
Circle
of
for
the
this
elite.
one. Yeah, there was one where I think they were running after Sammy Guevara
Yeah. I
with
With the
the
remember.
golf
golf
cart.
carts.
Yeah, Standing and
Did,
Stampede.
did, did they win or did they lose that one? Did they
The
win that one or did they lose
first
it?
one they lost, the second one they won.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, still they still have experience in this type of match. So I'm gonna go Inner Circle.
Also,
So
Blood
the
and Guts
next
as
match
well.
we
They got that
have.
experience as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. The next match we have is a an AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament final. The winner receives a future AEW World Championship. So whoever wins this, they're either going to fight Kenny Omega or they're going to fight Adam Page. And the two men in this match are Bryan Danielson versus Miro. And I don't get why is it he's talking about my wife, my wife. Like, bro, your wife is not there, man. Like, it's not that serious, dude. You could do you, man.
I
I don't know.
don't know.
Maybe I got a feeling they're gonna bring her into some sort of like supernatural deity or whatever. I don't know if you say that word deity, deity or deity or whatever. And I think
Deity.
they're gonna have him
Deity.
yeah, I think they're gonna have him look like he's all subservient and whatnot, which in that's just sad because I mean this is his most dominant he's been, and yeah, I don't know, but it just seems kind of not weird, but a bit unorthodox. So yeah, Kathy, who are you going with?
So along the lines of CM Punk not losing yet, I don't see Brian Danielson losing yet. So I think Brian is gonna win against Miro.
Mm, okay,
Hmm.
Georgia, how about you? Who you got?
Oh man, you know, I think Daniel Bryan should win this one, but you know how Miro keeps about his wife and everything. I think he might be hinting at Lana appearing at the show to help him get the win. So that is something to keep in mind. But in case that doesn't happen, I would like for Daniel Bryan to win. It's really tough for me to pick, so I could be wrong either way. JB, what do you think?
I think that for Adam Cole and CM Punk, who just got there, it's too soon for them to lose because they have something down the line for them built in store. I think Daniel Bryan can afford to lose here, and as long as he's putting on great professional wrestling matches, I think he'll be absolutely okay with that. And that being said, I've got Miro winning. I've got shenanigans happening as to why he loses, but I've got Miro winning, and he faces the babyface champion down the line.
Hmm.
Okay, Anayda, who you got?
So thinking back to everything that's been said about his wife, I am I am thinking that this is a hint towards a possible CJ Perry debut. She comes into the match and tries to, get Miro's attention, but it catches him off guard and it gives Brian Danielson the opportunity to come in and take the win. And we might get a rematch that we've been expecting for a very, very long time. If you know, you know.
If
Yeah.
you know, you know.
Oh man.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm I'm gonna go with Brian Danielson with this one. I'm gonna go with that. I got a feeling he's gonna pull it off. Although I wouldn't mind seeing Miro win, that'd be good because then whoever has a championship, they definitely gotta watch it. And I always thought that Miro had it in him to be a world champion. Why they didn't push him in WWE, I don't know. Is beyond me. They should have never that whole debacle with him and Lana breaking up and her going with Dolph Ziggler. What they were trying to do, I don't know. I'm not. And then Dolph
And
Ziggler
Bobby
beating him.
Lashley.
I think that just destroyed.
He
There
had
was
his
there
day
was a
and they missed
storyline
it.
before where him and Lana broke up. Yeah, there was a storyline where him and Lana broke up before Bobby Lashley, way before, like 4 years before,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, I remember that.
he
Wasn't
she ended up
Summer
going
Rae
with
with
Dolph Ziggler, and they were trying to make her.
Poor
And
Mr.
I
Ziggles.
don't mind Dolph Ziggler. I mean, I've always thought he's another one that. I mean, even though he's a former world champion, I just think that should never happen because that just
What?
like derailed his momentum. But yeah, that whole thing with Dolph Ziggler derailed Miro's momentum.
Okay, never mind. I thought he shouldn't have been like
Yeah,
world champion. I was
I
about to
didn't
say,
care for
No,
that.
never
no,
mind.
that's right. Yeah.
No, no.
Okay, thanks for
Hey,
clarification.
I'm gonna say this right now. I'm down for Dolph to be world champion. I'm down for Miro to be world champion too. I don't mind.
Exactly. We stand for Mr. Ziggles.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Brian Danielson for that though. So the next match we have is a singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. The defending champion, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Ty Conti, one half of Tay J or Ty J. Kathy, who you got?
I don't see Britt losing for a while. We have to get Thunder Rosa versus Britt again. I see where that's going, where Thunder Rosa takes it from her. So that's not happening yet. So Britt is gonna retain until Thunder Rosa takes it later.
Okay, cool. All right. Georgia, who you got?
Same with Kathy. I got Britt Baker winning this match, but I do think it's going to be very competitive. There's going to be moments where it's going to seem like Tay Conti's going to win this match. Now, you have to keep in mind that Rebel might get involved too, but I think Britt Baker will end up winning this in clean, and ultimately we will see Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. Hopefully at Double or Nothing because that's like their big show next year. So I can see that be the match right there. But you never know, right?
Let's keep it a bean here.
JB, who you got?
Let's keep it all the way funky. Britt ain't dropping that belt no time soon. This is the
Right.
absolute hottest run of her career. Ty Conti, since leaving NXT, has shown major strides as a performer. This is the highest profile match she's ever had, but nah, just nah. This is Britt's time. This is her era. She's got way more to go. And like Giorgio said, that match with Thunder Rosa is inevitable.
Okay. Yeah, it is, and it's going to be a hot one. It's going to be a banger. Those two women put on that match. It wasn't a no holds bar match, but whatever they wanted to call it, with the ladder
Lights
and
out.
then the nail, and then you had the thumbtacks, and then that's the first time I ever saw a female get slammed on thumbtacks. Like Britt Baker, I was like, wow, that is a classic right there. It's gonna happen
Second favorite
eventually.
women's match this year for me.
And I'm also gonna predict something too. So for those, I don't know if y'all know, but Thunder Rosa has a friend named Holiday, and they were in a tag team called the Twisted Sisters. It would not surprise me if for some reason she gets involved in that match somehow. I would love to see Holiday on AEW. I would love to see the Twisted Sisters back together. I think that would be awesome. Tony, if you hear this, make it happen like a captain. It'll be good for you. Trust me, it'll be good for your brand. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that happened. I'm gonna call it right now. That's probably gonna happen. But anyways, who just gave their thing? Who just gave their opinion? Who just gave their pick? You did, right, JB?
Yeah, it's on.
All right.
Anayda.
Who
It's
you
on
got?
me. Um, so thinking about this and going back to what Georgia was saying about the rebel interference, there could also be an Anna J interference because this could be evenly matched, but I gotta say Brett.
Okay. I think Britt. So Britt is gonna retain, but it's gonna be a fight. Anna Jay's obviously Rebel and Jamie Hayter are gonna get involved. Anna Jay is gonna get involved and fend them off. Maybe Thunder Rosa might get in there too. Britt Baker's gonna retain. She is that good, but Tay Conti's gonna put up. Ty Conti's gonna put up a fight. And Ty Conti also has that, as they mentioned before, that martial arts background. So that's gonna be a hard thing. That's what's gonna make that win a hard fought win for Britt Baker. So with that be and Bobby Stryker actually chose Britt Baker. Okay. He thinks she'll lose and Ty Conti will win. Okay.
Oh.
So the next match we have is a singles match, and this is the main event, a singles match for the AEW World Championship. The defending champion, Kenny by God Omega, with Don Callis. Don't call him the Jackal, although I like to call him the Jack in WWE. Just kidding. Yeah, the Truth Commission was could have been something, but I don't know what happened. But yes, he'll be with Don Callis versus his former tag team partner, who he actually held the AEW Tag Team Championship with, Hangman Adam Page. Kathy, who you got for this one?
So there's no doubt Kenny's been a phenomenal champion, but I am ready for some cowboy shit to turn into some champ shit. Adam Page needs to win.
Okay, all right.
Hmm.
Georgia, who you got?
Oh man, this is a tough one. Good. Oh man, you know what? I would love for that go home. The fans going home happy with Adam Page winning, but I don't know, man. If it depends on what happens with the Bryan Danielson and Miro match too. Like that match goes along with this. Um, I want Adam Page to get that big win, but I don't know, man. Kenny Omega, he might have a trick up his sleeve, But I will say, keep in mind that what happened to Adam Page going into this pay per view, that will make you think that he would get the win here. So for fans going home happy, I'm gonna go with Adam Page.
Okay. Yeah, Kenny Omega does have a yeah, he has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. He has a lot of people too. He has the super click. He has homeboy with the spray, Brandon Cutler. He has the Japanese guy whose name I can't remember.
Michael
Michael
Nakazawa.
Tozawa.
And yeah, Michael Nakazawa. He has
Nakazawa.
Don
Excuse
Callis.
me.
And yeah, he has a lot of people on his side, but at the same time, Adam Page has the Dark Order. So yeah,
Mhm.
we're gonna see some good old fashioned gangster warfare here real soon. JB, who you got?
I like the energy that Kathy brought to it. She said she want to see cowboy shit turn to champion shit. And I
Yeah.
think that's what's going to happen. This has been like the build the entire time. I think Adam Page, from the beginning of AEW to now, has had like the best story. Even if it wasn't just out there, this whole company and its storylines have, and in how deep they've run, have really revolved around two people. It's revolved around Adam Hangman Page and it's revolved around Cody. But Cody's irrelevant to this right now. This is Hangman's redemption. This is him finally getting what he lost the first time around. That started this spiral. That loss against Chris Jericho started everything that's led him back to this point. This is the culmination of 2 years of storytelling. So I don't think they passed this up. I feel like if he didn't take time off, if his child wasn't born, he didn't take time to be, what I'm saying, dad, congratulations, by the way, on that, if he ever happens to see this. Um, I just think that this is the culmination. I think it would have been the time if he had missed time, but since we're here and we in it now, you can't pass this up. It's his time. This is what you brought him back for. You put him in this event. Everybody wants it. Everybody's ready. You got to put the crown on Heyman after this.
Okay, good point. Anayda, who you got?
So I completely agree with everything that JB was saying. This was a huge build-up leading into All Out. But due to Hangman taking some time back to be with his family, congrats on the new baby, um, this wasn't meant to be. So that's why they had Christian Cage there. But this is Adam's moment. This is building up from everything that's been going on ever since Adam broke apart from the Elite. So I'm going to say that this is going to be the cherry on the top. Kenny's time is up and Adam's time is now. It's going to be Thank you, Jacob.
Do 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 do.
Cool.
I'm glad you guys got that reference. So I'm going with Adam.
Yes. Adam's time is now. Boom. Oh wait. Oh, that's wrong. Adam. My bad.
Not yet.
I forgot. Wrong Adam. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Adam Page. I think he's gonna retain. Although I wouldn't be upset if Kenny Omega were to win, because then we're gonna get Kenny Omega versus Daniel Bryan again for the world title. And a lot of people ate up that first match that they had when Daniel Bryan first came into AEW. So I wouldn't mind seeing it again. But I'm gonna go with Adam Page on this one. I think it's his time. He didn't win it the first time back in 2019 from the inception of the title, and then he went through. And I think this is a bit of like a case of the comeback kid, where he didn't win it. He went through a downward spiral. He was at the bar drinking numerous alcoholic beverages, not being there for his friends, the Elite, and then eventually, when he was at his lowest, the Dark Order came and befriended him, and then he got back up on his feet. Now he's a father. Congratulations to him and his wife on that. And now he's back better than ever. So I think this would be the perfect ending to his story, where he actually wins the title. And if I know y'all saw it, but when he came back and he told the Young Bucks he's sorry for not being there with him, I think he's actually gonna win it, because he felt remorse. He felt remorse for, if y'all watched like last year or the year before, he wasn't there for them when they were going through this stuff with Chris Jericho, and he wasn't there at their fights and whatnot. He was just off doing his own thing. So he came back and he apologized, and I got a feeling that this is going to be his time for sure.
That pulled at the heartstrings.
But yeah, so that,
I mean, and he was right to apologize for them, because he was a bad friend and he did neglect them. He did abandon them, and they did try to reel him back in. They did try to tell him, like, "Hey, you're good," and he just wasn't hearing it, and it just really just put the ridge in the friendship and kind of caused the rift that it did, and in a roundabout way, caused the Elite to all turn heel.
Mhm.
So this has been like a whole thing.
Yeah. Years of build up for sure.
yeah, but I have a feeling that, I got a feeling it's going to be interesting. But yeah, that is the whole card that we just went through. So with that being said, does anybody have any other predictions outside of who's going to win, who's going to lose? Any predictions? Who's going to make a return? Any new teams going to be formed? Any teams going to break up? Any of that stuff?
Maybe a Bray Wyatt appearance, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say a Wyndham. Sorry, Wyndham.
Wyndham.
Also, if Kenny Omega loses this match, I can see that Adam Cole's
I could.
pushing
Baby.
lobbying to take over. Yep, you gotta say it. Him lobbying to become the leader of the Elite, and claiming that Kenny Omega couldn't get the job done. So he tries to get the Young Bucks to turn on Kenny Omega and kicking him out of the group. What do y'all think?
Yeah, my thoughts exactly, Bobby.
Okay.
CJ makes an appearance during the Miro match.
I think it might be too soon for the Adam Cole turn, but it definitely is coming.
Yeah, I think Adam Cole is going to turn on Kenny Omega. Eventually, it's going to be a case where, well, you lost the title that was holding us up, so now it's time for me to go ahead and do this, and he's gonna turn on Kenny Omega. Although I wouldn't mind when he turns on Kenny Omega, a certain Japanese tag team partner that he had by the name of Kota Ibushi comes back
I
and
was
they
gonna
reform the Golden
say
Lovers.
that.
I would definitely be down for that.
Or
I
maybe
would definitely be down for that.
Kenny loses, takes some
But
time
yeah,
off, and get some introspection. And while he's gone, Adam Cole's taking over.
Mhm.
Planting
yeah,
the seed of doubt in Kenny Omega. Oh, like no, the Young Bucks planting
yeah.
the seed of doubt in them
If
about Kenny.
if Kenny Omega if Kenny Omega loses and he takes time off, he has definitely deserved it. The man went hard for over a year, more than a year, and he actually got. The matches he went through, bleeding, like with going through hardcore match with Sammy Callahan, and then even going to Mexico and winning their title, and facing those crazy and being in those crazy matches over there alongside the ones in Impact. That man has definitely worked hard and he's earned the respect. He has my respect. Although some people say he's overrated, well, if I say this, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But if they're judging his wrestling skills, then I dare you go into that ring and do what that man does. Run the ropes, take the bumps,
I
and if
think
you
He's
could
one of
do
the best
if you
in
could
the
do it better than
world.
him,
He still has a case
yeah,
for being one of like the very best in the world. And I don't see how anybody can argue that unless you're some sort of tribal chief or something. But
yeah.
other than that, he's the one of the best in the world, and that's easy. That's
He
an easy
truly is
call
the
to make.
very best that no one ever was.
He caught some titles.
Nice
That was his real
so
test.
there.
and the thing that makes him a great wrestler is that he can be serious and he can also have some funny matches as well too. I mean, come on, the guy was making a 7-year-old girl look good. Like they were wrestling one time
Yeah,
and
he
she was
did.
doing like the Hurricane
Right.
Ranas and stuff, and it didn't affect him at all. So Kenny's definitely one of the best. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but in my opinion, he has definitely earned my respect as well. And you know, if he takes time off, I wouldn't mind seeing it. He's definitely earned it. But yeah. So before we shut this down, any more predictions? Anything at all?
I think that's it.
I predict
There's
this is
going to
going
be
to be a
None.
another
great
banger
show.
pay per view.
Awesome. Anayda, what were you saying?
I predict this is going to be an amazing show.
Yeah, it
Are you
is.
sure that's not a
It is.
spoiler?
It definitely is.
It's not a
Sure, go
spoiler,
ahead.
it is fact. Oh, it's true.
There you go.
It's damn true.
So with that being said, that concludes our AEW Full Gear 2021 predictions show. I just want to thank all y'all for being here. Georgio, JB, Anayda, I really and truly appreciate it. You know, and the fact that y'all even hopped on our spaces before, I really appreciate it. Georgio, so I know I told you that we're gonna have that wrestling game episode coming. It's gonna happen. As a matter of fact, before the year's out, we're gonna have you and Christina Drobny on here. So we
Oh,
haven't forgotten about you. And we're also gonna have that special Cajun episode where we have a bunch of y'all from Louisiana on here. I don't
oh
know what
yeah.
we're gonna talk about, but I know it's gonna be crazy.
All the food.
And you know, oh yeah, yeah. I might have to eat before I go and get into that because when y'all start talking about
Well, you gonna
beignets and
get hungry
crawfish,
there. You gonna get hungry doing that
yeah, I'm gonna
show.
get hungry for real. Yeah. But New Orleans is definitely on my list to go to, and I'm gonna definitely. I've been to the airport before; it's very spacious, so I'm gonna get there eventually. But yeah, JB and Anida, we'll try to have y'all back on for your individual 15 minutes of fandom segments. Giorgio can tell you, Kathy can tell you, they're pretty fun. They've both been guests on our show before. As a matter of fact, that's where the second time I met Kathy. I met her on Twitter, but I eventually had her on a podcast that I was working on, and I recommended her to be the a guest for 15 Minutes of Fandom on another podcast. And the 15 Minutes of Fandom is a concept where we put the spotlight on our fellow wrestling fans to have them tell their stories about what made them become a fan of the sport and experiences they've had, shows they've been to, wrestlers they've met, etc., etc. So it's nothing to make fun of you. It's nothing to make you feel bad, but it's just to put the spotlight on you and just show nothing but love to you and whatnot for you being a dedicated fan, all this time. So we're gonna
Sign me
eventually
up.
get in contact with you. And Bobby, if you want to do 15 minutes of fandom, you and I go way back, Bobby. So just contact me. You know where to find me, and we'll make it happen for sure. Kathy, whenever you're ready to have that women's episode, that is on you. The ball is in your court. If it doesn't happen, please do not crucify this black man. That's on you. So, yeah, you got to make that happen. I mean, if you want me to recommend some people, I could recommend some people. You got a young lady right over there who wants to be
Oh
on
yeah,
the show.
gotta bring her
So,
back.
I'm not
Gotta bring her back.
and like I said, I'm not gonna be on that show. You might see me pop up, say, "Hey, ladies, welcome to the show. Glad you're all here. I'm gonna go have some donuts, have some food, and watch the basketball game. I'm out. Y'all can talk, y'all can talk, y'all talk and whatnot. So I'm not gonna be a part of that. That's y'all's night. But yeah, other than that, I just want to thank everybody that tuned in. And with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. My eyes are getting a bit heavy, so that means it's time for a little bit of nap. And it's kind of past my bedtime. But
Uh-oh.
before we shut this down, Kathy Knight, the oh man, this feels so awkward. Rob is normally here, and I normally have a good comparison. The Lauren Hill to my Praz Michelle, the oh man, I can't, I got nothing.
The Rocketeer icon.
The
Right?
the summer rate to my Fandango. What? Where can fans find you on social media? I got nothing. I can't take it. Normally when Rob is here, I'm like, Rob, the Sean Spence to my Burton Guster, the Bubba Ray to my Devon, the Royce the Eminem to my Royce the 5'9". But with Kathy, it's like I'm not really prepared. But yes, Kathy, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, all the great food in Louisiana, all things Paige and Becky Lynch? Where can they find you on social media?
So I'm on, let's see, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Discord, all at BLUE70517.
Awesome. Sorry, I'm plugging in my phone because my phone's at 4%. I'm almost done. Georgio, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, video games, 3-6 Mafia? And by the way, I've seen your clothing line. You're doing great things. Keep it up. Do not stop. You're good at
Thank you,
what you
bro.
do.
I'm Georgio Arcade on Twitter. It's all capital letters and then it's a space after Giorgio. And then on Instagram is Giorgio Arcade, lowercase letters and with no space, of course. So yeah, I'm very easy to find, and I always take time to talk to everybody. So if you ever want to say hi, just come hit me up. And thank you all for letting me be on this show again. It's always a peaceful vibe on here. So much love to Ringside Society. Oh,
Yeah.
and big shout
I
out to
actually
Rob Bailey. He's always kind to me on all the platforms. So
so fun fact, he's another one I met on Twitter. I actually met him when I clicked on the hashtag WB Raw and I saw a bunch of people talking about Raw. And he was one of them. He responded. So I'm like, he responded. I guess he's cool then. And that's how it started. So started with Kathy
mhm.
too, actually, as well. Chris Jericho read her tweet and
Cat, I met her
started off
through.
there. So
So it's all good.
yeah. JB, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling or even read one of your articles that you write?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at JB versus the World, spelled like how it is right down there. I've been dropping videos every week on YouTube on nerd related stuff. So if you're interested in that, come check me out. You can find me on Twitter at JBV the World because versus was just too long for Twitter, and my central hub is JBversusTheWorld.com. Merch coming soon.
Right.
Nice, nice. I like that shirt, by the way. That's cool.
I
Like
appreciate
really,
it.
like
I'm
no
actually about to
cap. Like
record a video as soon
I
as we
like
log
that.
off here.
Hey, y'all definitely check it out. Anayda, and Anayda, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk about wrestling and all that great, delicious, make you want to slap somebody Chicago food that y'all got, and
Y'all can
about your
find me.
cosplay as well too. She cosplays as well too.
Y'all can find me on Twitter. My Twitter name is Anayda underscore L, kind of like how it's spelled over here. It's Anayda and underscore lowercase L, all lowercase. For my cosplay stuff, you guys can follow me on Instagram at HP Cosplay Girl, and on YouTube, y'all can check out my YouTube channel, Latina de Lucha.
Awesome. So y'all definitely follow her, follow the rest of these incredible people and whatnot. And I just have to say once again, I apologize for that what happened on that Spaces. That's something that I never condone. Kathy knows how I roll with it. She knows I'm serious about it. So I'm sorry for that person that came on there and disrespected you. And trust me, we when we run our shows and whatnot, we don't ever tolerate anybody disrespecting anybody, shaming anybody for anything. That's a big no. So once again, I thank you
We're all real
especially for
ones.
giving us another chance as well. So I really appreciate that as well. But with that being said, if you want to find me on social media, not that I have anything cool to say, but who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky. You can find me on social media under at the Remy Blue. You can also find me on Facebook under the alias Remy Blue. It's a picture of me at WrestleMania 28. Our podcast is also on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram under at Ringside Society. We're on Twitch under at Ringside Society 2019. We're also on Facebook as a Facebook group. If you guessed Ringside Society, you guessed it correctly. So that's where you'll find us. And we're now on Spotify, so you can listen to both our season 1 and season 2 episodes on there. We have a lot of cool stuff from both those seasons. Like I'm talking like Thunder Rosa, AQA, Cameron Burnett, who is now known as Amari Miller. You can listen to all that on Spotify. And we got a couple episodes from season 3 as well, which is this season. And we're also on YouTube. Yes, the YouTube is actually where one of our platforms that we stream on. So go ahead and type in Ringside Society. And once you see that sweet, oh my gosh, dark blue and light blue yin yang sign with the blue flames around it, definitely go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe to all our videos. Don't personalize it because we got a lot of cool stuff coming, and we got a lot of cool videos from the past, like this one. We actually have one that we did with Paige's mom, Soraya Knights. We also have Kylan King, who we recently had on the show, Heather Monroe and Ray Lynn, who are now known as Blonde Force Trauma, and the Renegade Twins. And many more we'll have coming up soon. So definitely subscribe to us. You will not be disappointed. And we're going to also start having clips from wrestling shows that we've been to. So yeah, definitely look out for it. And one last thing, we also have a Teespring store where we actually sell official Ringside Society merch. We have T-shirts, we have tank tops for those summer days, we have long sleeve shirts for these winter days coming up, and we also have hoodies. Yes, hoodies in all types of colors available on Teespring. So definitely go ahead and cop yourself some merchandise. We also have coffee mugs for your favorite warm beverage, whether it's hot chocolate, marshmallows, green tea lattes, pumpkin spice latte, or just some good old fashioned coffee. We got you with the mugs. All proceeds from those sales go back into keeping this show afloat. It does not go back into our pockets. We have our word on that. So with that being said, thank you everybody that tuned in. Oh, one more thing. Our fall giveaway is going to happen real soon. And we're actually going to be having 2, maybe 3 giveaways, at least 2 of them. Our fall giveaway is going to be happening real soon. And with our fall giveaway is two lucky people will win a Ringside Society hoodie. You don't have to pay for shipping. We will ship it to you. All you have to do is just receive it. But you have to answer three questions correctly from one from myself, one from Kathy, and one from Rob. Once you answer all three correctly, you can use Google, you can use anything. Once you answer all three correctly, you will be you'll be entered into the drawing to win a ringside society hoodie from us. So and you can also pick whatever color you want it in as well too. So definitely look out for that. We will announce that real soon. So that's coming up as well. And we're also
Also,
gonna
I
have
have
one for
one last
Christmas.
thing I
So
wanted to
but with
say.
that being said, mhm,
Oh, I want to say happy
go
early
ahead.
birthday to Kathy.
Thank
Happy
It
you.
was November
Happy early
14th,
birthday.
so I
Right. It's
thought I
Kathy's
would do
almost
that
Kathy's
in case
birthday.
you don't see my tweet to you. So.
Oh, thank you.
Hope you enjoy
Yeah.
your birthday. Sorry the Falcons beat y'all last Sunday.
Ah. Boo.
I'm
Yeah.
not really sorry.
Yeah. My birthday is next week, November
Ha-
19th.
happy
Actually, like
belated
a
happy
week.
belated birthday, JD.
Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. The
Yeah.
Braves won the World Series on
Happy
my birthday, and
yeah, yeah.
we won
Definitely
a
got
couple days
Kat.
before. That's awesome.
What you gonna say, Kathy?
I
Yeah,
was just
that's
saying my
cool,
birthday
man.
is
That's
exactly a
definitely
week
cool.
from today. So next Friday, November 19th.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
What are we going to do for Kathy's birthday? We did something for Rob's birthday. I think we did something for mine. What are we gonna do for yours? I gotta figure out something. I'll figure out something though. You know me, I'm always coming up with stuff. But yes, with that being said, we will what was I saying? Yeah, but definitely we will be having our giveaways soon. So y'all definitely check out our wrestling questions are gonna come from we're gonna take it easy on y'all. We'll be nice this time. I know we had some hard questions in the past, but we're gonna have some easy ones this time, but watch out for that. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight live. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Jordan, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. To those of y'all that are going to listen to us later on, thank you very much in advance. And to those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we'd go away, well, like myself at the Golden Corral and Kathy Knight at Cafe Du Monde on the Vignette special, buy one, get one free, we're not going anywhere for a while. And with that being said, and with that being said, and oh yeah, we're not stopping either. So yeah, tough luck. But with that being said, we just want to let everybody here know that we here at Ringside Society are very well aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. Well, we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hey, yo, Kathy Knight, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for AEW Full Gear 2021, and one time for Georgio, JB versus the World, and Anayda Gonzalez, Latina de Lucha. What type of podcast are we?
For the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right, with a Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And with that being said, we will be back this Sunday with two more special guests. It's actually a double shot. It's 15 minutes of fandom and a main guest. But until then, we're still going through a pandemic. It's not completely over. So until it's over, stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. Peace.
Baby.
Goodbye. Mwah. And good night.
Bye.
Bang.
There you go. Bye.